How did the grocer know his daughter?
That must be the vineyard. A few wasps shouldn't give me too much trouble. Looks like that was the last of them. I'd better let Quentin's man know.
It's looking to be a fine harvest. Don't tell me. Turnips for supper again.
Unless you'd rather have Gizole greens.
That'll be enough.
Those wasps won't be interfering with your harvest anymore.
Oh, thank you. Master Quentin would have had my head if I'd lost the crop. I'd say you've earned a reward. Our Gotand Rouge fetches a handsome price among the rich and powerful of the realm. We use that money to keep our comrades fed and imperial wolves from our door. The vineyards were Master Quentin's idea. He wanted to give bearers a place to work, a place where they'd be safe.
Well, he certainly seems to have done that here. I'm glad I could help.
I'll see that he hears of your kindness. And once this vintage is ripe for drinking, there'll be a glass or two raised in your honor.
done for. I've seen your face before. You're a friend of Martha's. Help us, I beg you.
Help you with what?
Bandits in the Golden Stables. They're waving their swords around. I think they're gonna kill someone. When I saw what was happening, I slipped out the back. I should have stayed, but... Oh, please help them.
All right. I'll see to your problem.
Thank you.
How many were there?
I was out of the door too fast to count. They looked a nasty bunch, though. Be careful in there, all right?
Ha! Golden Stables my ass. All Martha's hiding back here is coppers. Huh? Oh, that's a fine sword, friend. Heavy, though, I expect. What say we relieve you on it? Get him, lads. I want that place.
Keep your distance, boy. That's enough. Finished. Sick of Torgal.
I'll be keeping my blade, thank you.
There he is, the hero of the Golden Stables.
People will think twice about pushing us around again, thanks to you. We're lucky you were nearby. No good cowards wouldn't have dared set foot in the place if I'd been here, of course.
But you weren't. I thought you told me you had someone watching the place.
The Blood Axes keep an eye on the tavern, yeah. When they're not busy keeping the peace, that is. I've spread them as thin as they'll go. The Empire might be in charge, but that don't mean they care to keep us safe. If it weren't for the Blood Axes and me, merchants won't come near these lands for fear of what might happen to them.
I see. Then you do Rosaria a great service.
Just as you did today. You're a useful man to have around. Here.
And there'll be a mug of something tasty waiting for you whenever you next stop by.
Right, we've got work to do for to make this place presentable. You best be going, before I arm you with a mop.
There he is, the man of the hour.
Well, 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 someone's in a hurry.
Just following orders.
Funny, I never took you for the type.
Can't all be as obedient as you, Gav.
Eh?
Fine day for a little mischief, wouldn't you say?
Is this all of us?
Just the three of us, then?
Drake's Head is the keystone of the Empire. Oriflamme's in chaos, yes, but that doesn't mean we can march an army through her gates. The fewer our numbers, the better our chances of going unnoticed. And should that plan fail, well, we have our icons to fall back on.
Sid, I don't know if I can. Ifrit still seems to come and go as he pleases.
Ordinarily, primary and icon comes naturally to a dominance. But then, you are no ordinary dominance.
Well, he's still got the blessing of the Phoenix, doesn't he?
Not to mention what he sucked out of Garuda. And did I ever tell you about how he was once the greatest shield in Rosaria? You know, I reckon he could probably cut us a path out of the capital on his own if need be.
Let's try not to find out.
We're less likely to be spotted if we travel separately. I'll meet you in Northreach in a few days. You two behave now.
So, we're meeting in Northreach. But will I find Sid and Jill before this dame finds me?
But how did the grocer know his daughter had been stealing off to the vineyard to see the lad? Sun's setting fast.
Is it safe to ride to Northreach now?
Sick of Torgal!
Sick of Toggle. There. Northreach.
There, boy! Get him, boy!
You know what to do, boy.
Get him, boy!
The soldiers used to speak of a brothel. But that was north of the checkpoint. I hope the dame has friends in the south.
It all smells so delightful.
Welcome, good... Bugger off, Branded. Can't you see I'm with a customer?
Give me one of those hams.
Wow, like a plum for the apple of your eye.
Keep your hands to yourself. No one will buy anything that's been soured by a branded touch.
With the right to confiscate any objects.
Are you gonna buy something or not?
And what can I do for you? And a fine, fine day to you.
Begone! The gate's for citizens, not serfs.
Keep your hands to yourself. No one will buy anything that's been soured by a brand. Each one is handcrafted from the farm.
A moment, my lady.
A moment? I doubt you could afford even that much of my time. Branded.
My mistake.
No, mine. Upon reflection, you don't have the scent of a branded about you. The flowers. Otto always did know how to please me. More than Sid ever did anyway. Do you think you could please me, Clive?
You're the dame.
Let us leave such impersonal titles to my less preferred clientele. You can call me Isabel. Otto assured me I could trust you. I can trust you, can't I?
You can trust me, yes, but... why would you...
Help you? Because that's what we do. Long ago, Sid did me a kindness when no one else would. I have never forgotten that. Without it, I would not be where I am today. And so, I make it a point to do the same whenever possible. Which brings us here. To the final obstacle between you and whatever it is you seek in the holy capital. I fear the guards are not likely to let a masterless bearer pass unmolested. Unless...
Unless...
Unless, of course, his master deigned to appear. Yes, that will do nicely. But... I shall expect a favor in return.
Wait, what?
However do they get
Fruit's not getting any fresher.
What the hell are you doing?
Tut-tut. We cannot have people thinking I tolerate disobedience from my branded.
The men who gave me this are no more my masters than you are. But... it's not as if I can hide it.
From the moment you acquired it, that brand has done naught but take. But today, it is going to give you exactly what you want. Just play along.
Madame, back to the Vale already?
But of course, we must make ready to welcome you, my dear.
And who might this be?
Why, my new escort. The streets aren't safe for a girl, what with all the royalists about.
Well, don't work him too hard.
Well, that rather depends on you now, doesn't it? I'll see you all at sunset.
Oi, hold up. Another fucking branded. Oh, you're lucky you're with the dame. Now get out of my sight, filth.
That wasn't so bad.
Wasn't so bad. They might have recognized me.
But they didn't. And even if they had, they wouldn't have done anything about it. The gentlemen of the garrison are some of my best customers. We have an arrangement, as do you and I. Now, if you'd care to follow me, we can speak more at the Vale.
Doesn't seem like I have much of a choice.
And if anyone requests her company, tell them she is feeling unwell.
Madame, you look stunning.
As do you, my dear.
Shall I have one of the girls draw a bath?
That won't be necessary. Clive, my darling. Welcome to the Vale.
Thank you for seeing me through the gates, my lady. I am in your debt.
Well, that was the whole point, wasn't it? And I told you, it's Isabel. Whatever wound you so tight, I wonder. It's certainly not Sid's influence.
You, mentioned a favor. What is it you'd have me do? I don't want to keep my companions waiting.
If you mean Sid and the girl, you needn't worry. They have yet to reach the checkpoint. Yes, Otto asked me to help them as well. But to answer your question, I need you to find someone for me. One of my girls. Tatienne has been gone for several days now, having left no word of explanation. And I began to fear the worst.
I feel as if I've spent my whole life searching for people. Though I can't say I'm any good at it.
I trust you'll do your best. Oh, and take this. Proof of that trust. And hopefully enough to keep prying eyes from looking too closely at that handsome face of yours. Now, I have matters to attend to at the...
start here?
You wear the dame's brooch. She must trust you.
Enough to have me look for one of your colleagues. A woman by the name of Tatienne.
She's still missing then. Oh, if only I'd comforted her.
You saw her before she disappeared?
The day before. She was in tears. She'd lost her comb, a gift from the dame. It wasn't anything fancy, but you could tell it meant the world to her. You see, Tatienne was an orphan, and she looked upon the dame as a mother, as do we all.
So she was upset.
And I didn't lend her my shoulder. But Tatienne shared a room. Her chambermaid may have seen something. She's...
Thank you. Let's see what her chambermaid can tell us then.
So you're the new escort the girls have been talking about. And you've already been sent off on an errand, eh? Poor boy. You'll be knackered before the real work.
I'm told you share a bedsheet. Did she?
Before she went missing. Only that she needed to meet. She did mention a name. But...
You do?
Lad from the garrison. Annoying little shit. Spent every guil he earned on Tatienne. And picked fights with anyone else who tried to buy her, followed her around like a lost puppy. Tatienne was flattered at first, but it didn't take long for her. She thought about saying something. But the dame was so proud of her for how much she was bringing in, and she didn't want to let her down.
This man from the garrison?
Of course I did. He tried to sneak into our room enough times. Slimy sod's got a scar over one eye. Claims he got...
You've been very helpful.
Don't let him get away with this. Find him.
A man from the garrison. Seems a trip to the barracks is in order.
I haven't seen you around the Vale.
That's the day done then.
Heard the bones fell favourably. To the Vale, then, is it?
What do you think?
I don't know how a bearer came by the moon and stars. Can I trust you to be...
About what?
About this. About what I wish to ask of you. As unlikely as it may seem, there are those within the upper echelons of Samberquois society.
All right.
This town is carried upon the backs of its bearers, and yet many would see that, not for the want of coin, simple fare cost little more than a pittance. But to contemptible though it is, my countrymen would sooner cut off their noses despite their fate, and despite my best attempts at secrecy. My efforts, which brings me to my request. The brand upon your cheek affords you a certain free...
Fine.
Oh, thank you. An extra meal may not seem like much. Here, deliver these. What food I can provide goes where the need is greatest. 3 bearers, overworked and underfed.
It's no wonder so many die before.
Tragic, true, but do not let anger make you careless. People will view this act. Be discreet for both our sakes. And for the sake of those we feed. Oh, and when you're finished, a word in the ear...
You won't be staying?
I'm afraid not. I'm expected back in...
Crystal's curse is bad enough. We can't let people starve as well. You look like you need a rest.
Not half as much as I need this. Thank you.
I daren't eat it here, though. Not where anyone might see. Has it always been this bad? Oh, it was worse before the Chamberlain. I'd be dead without him. Me and many others. That's something at least.
Are you waiting for it to heal on its own? Hurry up!
Looks like now's not the time.
Sergeant's got it in for us two. As if either of... Huh. Where's your commanding officer, Branded? Don't you know...
Hey, you lost or something? Sorry, but the Imperial...
I'm just passing.
Don't.
That'll be why he's strutting about.
The Dane laughed when we offered her our protection. You reckon it?
How about it, Branded?
I'd rather not.
Oh, no doubt. Only chivalrous souls that we are.
Fine.
Oh, and just so you know, take a moment to get ready if you need it. Now.
If that's what...
Oh, and when you go crying to your mistress, tell her it was Leon who gave you the pounding. Use all the dirty tricks you want, Brandon. Right. So you know one end of a blade from the other.
Stay down!
Fuck me.
What the hell are you playing at, Leon? So it's a real challenge he wants, is it? Fine. Sword up, bearer. Let's have some fun, shall we? Let a bearer win the Dane's favour anyway.
I know when to hold my tongue for a start.
You got potential. I'll give you that. I'll be damned.
Can I go now?
Krieger's gas.
The dame's man or no, he's still a brat.
Yeah, not after the bollocking he gave us for missing drills. Might be the old sod had a point.
Yeah, good bloody riddance.
Do us a favour. If you have to tell the dame about this, tell her we...
The Emperor's finest.
I have something for you.
From the Chamberlain. Thank you. You need to leave. Now. Please.
Branded! Who told you to arrest? Stoke those damn flames! And you! If you've got a message for me, out with it. If not, return to your post.
not been half a moon since Bellen's tour.
Enough! Curse you! Get away from me! You'll work faster next time if you know what's good for you!
Here. It looks like you need it.
The Chamberlain must have sent you. But alas, my work is far from over. If I don't go now, they'll beat me.
You need to rest.
But I won't. I've wounds to heal and bones to mend.
And what of your own hurts?
They'll wait. As will my hunger. Thank you, though.
A drover has more regard for his cattle than the Empire does its bearers. Anyway, I'd better head to the Vale.
That bastard! Accident, my arse!
Excuse me, you there? The gentleman with the sword? I cannot help but notice you bear the moon and might I trouble you for some assistance?
And who exactly would I be?
Oh, forgive me. I am Etienne, a humble merchant. Though I have business beyond these walls, but the guards have grown somewhat suspicious of my coming, and who better than someone in... Would you be willing to help?
Why not?
Marvelous. The task is simple enough. Pass through the gate and deliver packages to... There are 3 in total. A grocer, an apothecary, and a distiller. You need only mention that the items you...
Nothing dangerous.
Why, of course not. Merely trifles, which... And though I cannot prevent you from strongly advise...
Well then, I suppose you'll need a little something.
All right. Are you here for...
Business. Though not my own.
Ah, so he found someone just as well. I hear his friends back at court have been taking a...
So he really...
There was a time when he was the Vale's most illustrious customer. He was one of the only people round here who seemed bothered by the way the Empire treats...
Rare for one in his position.
A fact not wasted on the Dame. A little nudge from her is all it took, and he became the patron saint of Northreach's stuff. My sisters and I may have lost an uncle, but bearers are being fed for a change, so we don't grumble.
Glad to hear it.
Gives you faith, though, doesn't it? To know that it's no wonder the Dame's got a soft...
That's the day done then.
No one's allowed.
Are you gonna buy something or not?
You say these are all from Dalmekia?
There's nothing here for your kind, Branded. Go on now, shoot.
I have a delivery from Etienne. Fresh from the master's table.
Why didn't you say so? Times are hard. Sorry about the welcome. Here.
Perfume.
Oriflamme's finest.
I have no...
Well, I have business with you. A packet.
I do not know you.
Somewhere the gate guards won't be paying him or his...
Fine. This is lighter than usual.
I can always...
You will do no such thing. Your master, had you been the tool of any other man, I would see you clap payment. Take it.
Cigars?
Those cigars are...
Spices from the far
Fresh fish, all from the
What did you say was in these
sea
pies again?
I warn you now, I don't sell to your kind. Whether you have the coin or...
Etienne sent me.
Didn't know he had his own bearer. Business must be booming. That is no burden off. And...
All this for a drink.
not just any drink. The very best. The guards find that, they'll seize it before you can blink. If Etienne likes it, tell him there's more where that came from.
Of course. Perfume, cigars, and spirits. Someone has expensive tastes. The question is, how can they afford to maintain them? I suppose there's only one way to find out.
The markets are...
Ah, I believe these are...
Delightful. The dame will...
You don't say. And would she be pleased to learn what you had to exchange for those items?
You mean the crystals? No need to be coy, my boy.
Why not just tell me in the first place?
An honest man wears deception like shackles about his ankles. I couldn't. After all, we both know the punishment for dealing in unsanctioned crystals. And if you don't know what this day's work may have cost you, then, well, despite the risk, our friends beyond the wall gladly give their finest and...
I didn't realize crystals were so scarce here.
As scarce as chocobo teeth. Hence the thriving market for even the scantest Do you think it vulgar that I
think you're doing what you believe.
Indeed, a reward for a job well done. I have the goods I was commissioned to gather, and I thank you. As will our mutual friend when she...
It's not been half a moon since Bellen's.
Heard the bones fell favourably. To the Vale?
I'm looking for a man with a scar over his eye.
Looking for a man? Does this look like a
Hold your tongue. He wears the dame's brooch. One word from him and the Vale's doors will be barred to us for good.
There's only one man in the garrison with a dodgy eye. His name's Yannick. I haven't seen him...
On account of him being in war. Yannick left a few days back. Said he...
The dame, thanks. Moore is the last village on the road to Oriflamme. I should let Isabel know where I'm headed.
Clive, tell me you bear good tidings.
That remains to be seen.
Oh, Tatienne, you could have...
This Yannick. The soldiers I spoke to believe he's in the... According to them, he claimed to have some business with a merchant there.
And you plan on traveling to Moor?
Isn't that what you want?
Oh, it is, but I fear sending you there may cause more. You'll find they have little love for bearers, and they will not... There is a man in Moor who owes me a favor. His name is Bertrand, and he works at the stables. Tell him I sent...
I shall return as soon as I find something. Oriflamme, how many bearers suffer to keep your granaries full?
Here, now! You're late. What?
Late for what?
Did they tell you nothing? Oh, what? Well, don't...
All right.
My. I see he's over that way.
For someone whose son's in mortal danger, he didn't seem all that worried. Something's not right here. I need to be careful.
The wolf! It's going to eat me!
Not if I can help it. Stay back. I'll deal with this.
Sick of Toggle! You're finished!
No! You weren't supposed to kill Wolfie. You were supposed to die. Father will have you whipped for this. Bearers aren't supposed to win. They never win.
What is this? Your father said you were being attacked.
You're not supposed to talk. Stop looking at me like that. We were only having fun.
Having fun?
Why are you still speaking?
Father will hear of this!
The wolf's work, no doubt. But it's not the wolf that's to blame. Someone needs to put an end to this, before it happens again.
You, Brandy, come here this instant. How dare you frighten my son? That wolf was trained. You are the entertainment, nothing more. And
Nor am I.
See? I told you, he talks...
You're not the Branded I bought. Well, the sins of the slave are the sin...
That unlucky wretch would be the dame. I can summon her if you like. Though I doubt she would welcome the interruption.
You
look afraid. Well, how do you think those bearers in the field felt? From the look of you, I'd say you're starting to get an idea of the first. Now...
Father, he's scaring me.
You think to threaten us, Branded?
Can't we just buy another hound? A bigger...
Of course, my son. I'll have the villagers fetch us another.
I'm wasting my time. But I can't just leave those bearers lying out there. They deserve a proper burial. That much I can do at least. How many bearers have lost their lives to this nobleman's sport?
More victims of the nobles' games. You must be Clive.
How do you know my name?
The Dame. I'm in her... Never gets any easier, burying the dead.
Is that what you're here to do?
The mistress has me see to it that none are left to the crows. Since you're here.
Gladly.
May their burden finally be lifted. I take it you slew the nobleman's pet?
I did. How can they think so?
Simple. Because you... Bearers are tools when they're needed, and toys when they're not. And if one breaks, still. Such...
Father! Father!
Is this your doing?
Of course not. Wolves kill. It's in their nature. Invite one into... Same with bearers. Fed or not, they don't lack for fangs. The realm's less two murderous bastards, and I won't mourn the loss. Here.
You don't have to.
Take it. Till then.
her out of her pen while I did my... I think she's lost.
I can't promise I'll find her.
She has beautiful white hair. She lets me stroke her and she likes walking in the wheat. I know. Oh, she must be starving too.
In that case... That's a lot of field to search. With a little luck, someone might have seen her. You work these fields?
A branded? Why should I help?
Because a girl from the village asked me to find her pet.
Chloe, is it? Last I saw, the filthy creature was sniffing about the windmill. That girl's old enough to know she should tie her pet up when she's...
The wind.
Off with you now. I want...
Up, the lot of you. There's still work to be done.
Chloe? More brown than white. You're not Chloe, are you, girl? Is that... someone napping on the job? I hope they don't mind the interruption. The crystal's curse.
Chloe, I was calling you. Didn't you hear me?
What?
Get up now. You've slept long enough. It's time to go home. Chloe? Why did you already turn into a rock? I only made you do a bit of magic. You knew you were my favourite. None of the other Chloes had pretty hair. It could be months before Dad gives me another one. I have to wait until they're too tired to work anymore.
Is that all she was to you?
She's not dead. She's a rock.
That? The crystal's curse? That, and now she's gone forever. Giving another...
No, don't...
It's true. And without that brand...
That's...
They do. But you became Chloe's family when you took her in.
I...
If the people of Moor are as intolerant as Isabel says, it's no wonder the Empire never sent my unit here. Are you Bertrand? The dame sent me.
Sounds about right. Only time I hear. Well, go on then.
One of her courtesans has gone missing. A soldier who may have information on her whereabouts is...
Many traders stopped to peddle there, but only one's been seen quarrel.
Is he still here?
The trader? Oh, yeah. Stubborn. If you seek him out, fact is, folks round here would sooner hang a branded, and that's even with the dame's brooch for protection.
Understood.
We weren't expecting any new branded until the new moon. You don't think he's a deserter, do you?
What's this? A branded? Where's your...
I come to you from Northreach, at the behest of the dame.
Why of...
Rumor has it you were seen arguing with a soldier some few days ago.
He had a comb which he claimed was an antique. But old though it was, an antique it most certainly was not, as I told. I stood firm, however, and for all his bluster, he still...
And do you know where he went up?
My customers aren't usually in the habit of telling me whither they are bound.
My thanks.
Not at all. I would do... be sure and...
It smells of death here, Torgor. Wolves. We can't let them get any closer to the village.
Get him, boy! That's enough. Farewell.
Damn it all. Bodies. A man and a woman. Well, the wolves have been busy. But the blood is long dry. So it is you, Tatienne.
If that's true, then the body next to hers will be Yannick's. The girl Yannick went off to sea every night. He said her name was Tatienne.
You. Did you follow me?
Now, why would I do that? Unless you think I'd have good reason to. By the looks of things.
We both found who we were searching for.
Nah, he was a jealous sod. Couldn't stand that. Then one day he sees her with a new comb. Thinks she's got herself a new gallant. Tells the garrison. We know it's all talk, but then he disappears off to more for some dealings and...
If you mean this comb, it was a gift.
He might not be rotting on a hill.
I think he meant to ask her something else. He stole the old comb and bought her a new one.
Wed? Where would they have gone? Certainly, we all know what happens to deserters. Tell the dame I'm sorry when the lads come to collect Yannick's body. I'll see...
Is that wise?
Oh, there won't be any covering up this mess. The most we can hope for is that the... Speaking of which, I saw her in Moor just now. Could you tell her what happened?
I need to tell Isabel. Perhaps the comb will give her something to remember Tatienne by.
If it was a message...
You are still in one piece, I see. You will be pleased to hear that your companions have arrived. They said they would meet you at a little chapel to the east of here.
Thank you, but you needn't have come all this way just to tell me. I was on my way to see you.
You found her then? I see. It is by no means uncommon for a client to fall for a courtesan. But rarely do such tales have happy ends.
I found this with Tatienne.
Thank you for returning it.
I should go.
Before you do, the Vale counts among its patrons several high... According to one of the looser-tongued gentlemen.
What, who mentioned this?
But did he mention that it was all of the legions? This is no mere skirmish. But that couldn't possibly be true now, could it?
I will.
Buy, sell, or be gone. Good riddance.
Weren't expecting any new branded until the new moon.
Any trouble on the way?
None worth mentioning.
As I was telling Jill, it's worse than I thought. The capital's crawling with soldiers.
And here I am, the deserter come home.
Which is why we'll be taking the back door. Cheer up, you two. Can't think of a safer place in the Empire than a... brothel.
Really? Doesn't seem very private.
So then, how do we proceed?
We'll be using the glass gate. Tonight, just after sunset.
Where the shards are loaded for transport. That is one of the most heavily guarded points in all of Sambrek.
But not the most, which is a start. Besides, I know a shortcut straight to the heart.
A shortcut? And how exactly did you come to know about this fatal chink in the Empire's armor?
Let's just say I may have attempted something similar before. And may have ended up running for dear life after being discovered by Bahamut, but that's not important.
Sid, if the Mother Crystals truly are the cause of the Blight...
If? You wound me, Jill.
What I'm trying to say is, if the powers that be know all of this, why do they sit idle and allow it to continue?
In case you haven't noticed, the God-fearing people of this realm and their pious leaders care for but one thing, themselves. And they'll do whatever it takes to hold on to power. The rest of us are just a means to an end. The moment you raise your voice against them, you're decried as an outlaw, clapped in irons and slung in a cell to rot.
An outlaw.
Whoever controls the crystals controls the realm. But our kind can wield magic without them. To our rulers, we must seem the most convenient of tools, and the most dangerous.
But what makes them think they have the right to use us? To leave us to die when our bodies are spent?
Does a nobleman weep for a broken mug? A torn tunic? Our fate means nothing to them. No, this isn't a battle you can win with words. Believe me, I've tried, but nothing ever gets through. The world is simply not ready to listen. So to hell with talking. If they won't give us a say, we'll decide our fates another way. You can't blame a man for wanting to bring an end to all this, can you?
I can't. But what of all the people you mean to rob of their comforts? Are you happy for them to call you outlaw?
Sid the Outlaw. Ah, that'll do me.
You might at least pretend to take this seriously.
Have a little faith, Jill. Even if you don't think much of my choice of digs. If it means my deeds will be remembered, I'll gladly play the role of villain. But first, we have a gate to crash. And once we're in, there'll be no turning back. So you best make ready. The world won't save itself.
There are not nearly enough men here.
Then it's fortunate the city guard doesn't take sentry assignment as seriously as you do. This bodes well.
I'll be a first. This may not be such a terrible plan after all.
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
Only that your last secret shortcut was nowhere near as secret as you claimed.
Yeah, but that's half the fun of it. Life's too short for perfect plans. You want a plan that'll keep you on your toes, stop you growing old and complacent.
Worked for you, has it?
Clive, my boy, even life's smallest challenges offer the opportunity to grow and to change. You must embrace these moments. Allow them to suffuse your heart with a deep sense of fulfillment.
Narrowly escaping death at the hands of an enemy is not my idea of fulfillment.
Something wrong?
Not at all. Just wondering if the two of you had finished.
Right. We make for the Mother Crystal's heart as planned. Destroy it and the whole thing should come tumbling down.
And if the passage to the inner sanctum is guarded?
Then we embrace the moment and use it to grow and change. Come on, this way. Try to stay out of sight.
Obviously.
Don't worry, the passage is empty. this over with.
Single man for reaching the sanctum, so shut your gob and keep your eyes open.
Men on from the garrison. I swear this passage is...
Enemies upon us!
Of course it is.
Perfect plans, Clive. Perfect plans.
There, boy! Get him! Over here. Get him! Get him, boy!
He never stood a chance.
You're welcome.
The main tunnel.
That would be my guess. There are sentries everywhere.
And all good things must come to an end. We might have a bit more company from now on.
Captain! To arms, men! Summon the cannon! Get him! Keep your distance, boy! Stay down! It's over! There, boy! You know what to do, boy. That's enough. Sick of Torgal.
I think this may be the moment I was talking about earlier.
What have we here? More insects come to be squashed? You will find my mortar and I only too happy to oblige.
To the talker.
Then let's shut him up.
Not this time. Too slow. Not this time.
You feel that? Something in the air.
Ether. It's ether.
Then we better make this quick.
Get him, boy! There, boy! Too slow. Get him! Sick of Torgal! Get him!
Why won't you die?
Is he...
Bollocks. He's got a Kashyyyk. nothing left of him but hatred and rage.
Let's end his torment. Get him!
I'll never get used to that. Akashic or no, he was still a man. A man who drowned in ether.
It's no way for anyone to go.
Come on.
Guard duty's a death sentence in this place. Not that Sylvester cares. Breathe deep of the blessing, my friends. Who said being a dominant doesn't have its benefits?
Sid, this is an ether flood.
There shouldn't be one here, should there? The workers couldn't survive this.
Well, it wasn't here last time, I can tell you that. Which means we need to be quick. The ether won't hurt us, but I'd rather not find out what it's done to everyone else.
The miners. The guards.
Too far gone. The ether's made monsters of them. All we can do now is put them out of their misery.
Isabel said she thought the Empire might be planning to abandon the capital. Could this be why?
What? She said you could call her Isabel. Never mind. If ever there was a reason to up sticks, an ether flood would be it. Fuck me, those guards at the gate. They weren't there to keep people out.
They were there to keep the Akashic in.
Doesn't look that far. Right. Whoa, whoa. Some help.
Hold on.
Not quite as spry as I used to be.
I'll take that as a thank you.
Look on the bright side, eh? At least you won't get lost.
Get him, boy! Sick him, Torgal! Sick him, Torgal! Get him, boy! Get him, boy! Get him! Sick him, Torgal! You know what to do, boy. You know what to do, boy.
Sick 'em, Torgal. There, boy. Sick 'em, Torgal.